No matter what speed I put it on, it barely changed. Welcome back to Kellie Can Do. If you're new here, I'm all about DIY confidence at any age, and today I'm going to show you how I fix this ceiling fan without replacing it. If your ceiling fan has slowed down over time and all the speeds feel the same, don't replace it just yet. This is one of the most common issues, and it's usually a cheap, simple fix. I'm going to show you exactly what was wrong with this one and how I fixed it for about $10. Most people think the motor is going bad, but in a lot of cases it's actually the capacitor. That's the part that controls the fan speeds. When it starts to fail, your fan will still run, but it gets weaker and weaker. Before tearing into anything, I checked the basics. It wasn't dirty, it wasn't on a dimmer, and the fan still ran, just very weak. Before opening the housing, make sure you turn the breaker off. You don't want any power running to the fan while you're working on it. Once I opened it up, everything looked pretty normal at first. No loose wires, no obvious damage. So at this point, I knew it had to be something internal that controls the speed. And that's when I found this little part right here, the capacitor. This is what controls the different fan speeds, and when it starts to fail, your fan will still run, but it gets weaker over time and all the speeds start to feel the same. Of course, it wasn't just going to slide right out. It was stuck on there with double-sided tape, so I had to wiggle it back and forth until it finally let go. And here it is, and only cost me $8.39 on Amazon. It's the reason this fan is about to work like new again. Now, 3 of these wires were going directly into the pull chain switch, and I didn't want to mess with that and risk damaging it. Those connections are pretty tight, and they're not really meant to be pulled out. So instead, I cut those wires close to the old capacitor, and then stripped them back so I could reconnect everything cleanly. Make sure your new capacitor has the exact ratings as the old one. Yep, that got my attention. Even with the breaker off, that capacitor can still hold a charge. These wires were not in the mood to work with me today. It took a minute, but I finally got it. If you have any questions regarding this quick fix today, just leave it in the comment section and I will get back with you. From there, I just matched each wire to the new capacitor and connected them using wire nuts. This way, I didn't have to touch the switch at all. And while I'm working through this part, if this kind of content is helpful for you, hitting that like button really does help this video reach more people. And if you're into DIY, home repairs, or just learning how to fix things yourself, make sure you subscribe and ring that notification bell so you don't miss the next project. I've got a lot more videos like this coming, real fixes, real situations, and showing you exactly how to handle them step by step. You know, this actually takes me back a bit. My dad's the one who taught me this kind of light electrical work, changing fixtures, outlets, all of it. When I was growing up, I'd work with him during the summers, and I learned a lot just being right there with him. He went to be with the Lord in 2018, but I can still hear his voice when I'm doing stuff like this. This part right here, trying to get everything tucked back in, took a little patience. It took a few tries, but eventually I got everything to fit back in. And this ceiling fan is right over a bed I could not move. So by this point, my neck was done with me. With everything tucked back in, putting it back together is the easy part. Just take your time here and make sure everything lines up properly. And just like that, full power was back. If your ceiling fan is slowing down, don't replace it just yet. It could be a simple fix like this. If this helped you, make sure to like, subscribe, and ring that bell. And if you've got a project you're stuck on, drop it in the comments. Remember, you can do this.